Hi, Jonadian here. Welcome to the final round in our league run with Jonadian. On the draw this time, 3-1 so far. Again, the double green card, double volcanic hand. I'm gonna keep this though. We're in the draw. I think this hand is decent in most matchups. This might be Storm, a Delver Mirror, Deathright Shaman. I actually think I'm supposed to force this, which is extremely annoying. If they have days, we're in big trouble. It is hard to say if I should force this. I have the Ponder, so I'm gonna let it resolve. But usually, it is not a bad idea to force these things. Okay, Misty. That's decent. Okay, Lightning Bolt is a good one. Not gonna draw the Lightning Bolt because I don't want to open it up to discard. We don't know if our opponent is on Team America, i.e. him to Turok or Grixis Delver. Could be Cabal Therapy, although many of the Grixis lists no longer have Cabal Therapy main deck. Gonna take him to Turok it is. And him to Turok it is. I think I'm supposed to force this. If they have the days, that's really bad. If they have both lads, that's also bad. If they have both mongooses, that's bad. But okay, that's actually probably the best outcome for me. Now card parity. I'm gonna attack. What did we have on top? A daze. So not gonna play the fetch. I think we want to draw another daze here. Daze is usually the best card in Delver Mirrors. Deathright Shaman just dying is good. We do not have any outs to Tarmogoyf or Tombstalker. None of our removal kills them. Wasteland, okay, I'm fine with that. Targeting the top volcanic indicates they know. Okay. Another Deathright, that's unfortunate. Okay, gonna play the Misty and then Brainstorm. I think we need to keep the Snare, shuffling away Daze, the Misty, I think. Not a great position to be in. We don't have removal. That's always annoying. I would play the Nimble Mongoose, but I think we have to keep up Snare for Tarmogoyf or him to Turok. Notably, our opponent now can Deathright Shaman our Volcanic Island. That's annoying. The one right here in the graveyard. Maybe I should have shuffled away the Wasteland rather than the Misty. I'm kind of at a point where I'm trying to figure out if... Okay, just main phase activating Deathright Shaman, indicating they don't really have anything. I'm at a point where I'm thinking that Wasteland is actually really bad in the Delver Mirror. Let's grab a Tropical. Okay, Stifle is okay once we get to kill the Deathright Shaman. As I was saying, I think Wasteland is actually, or the mana denial in general, is not great in the Delver Mirror. It's just really, really bad if they still have enough lands. Because then you trade valuable resources against not so valuable resources. I'm gonna eat the Bayou here, because if I kill the Deathright, they no longer have double black. Okay, tapping for black. Go to combat. Excuse me. And then play the Nimble Mongoose. If they do something, we get to keep Threshold, which is nice. I'm definitely not going to stifle the Deathright Shaman activation. I am if they try to block. Okay, swamp, interesting. So, are they on Shardless? Okay. Drawing a cantrip here would be nice, drawing a lightning bolt would be nice. That's not the greatest. However, it does mean that I'm going to stifle the next Deathrite Shaman activation, actually, because, excuse me, and that puts it at 7 cards. It's annoying if they then go land Baleful Strix or land Goyf, but what can you do? Also, our opponent really not caring about life from the Loam. If I had drawn Loam here, that would have been really good. Obviously, okay, stifle, and now we have 6 power. If they counter this, I'm perfectly fine with that. If they now have a 2-drop, I'm also perfectly fine. Likely, though, they have removal spells in hand, and maybe counter magic. Okay, Wasteland, that's good. Bye bye Tropical. Not that we're gonna cast another Nimble Mongoose. And I actually think it was bad for them to activate the Tropical, Wasteland the Tropical, because it puts another card in our graveyard. Okay, drawing the days, that's not amazing. The only way this Wasteland was good is if they have another one, and then they can start eating creatures, although they can only eat 1 creature out of our graveyard. If they have Liliana here, that's annoying, but not the end of the world. Okay, Forest, more lands. Exiling our creature, okay. We need to draw a fetch land or a cantrip. Wouldn't hate Wasteland, definitely wouldn't hate Lightning Bolt. Okay, I'm gonna waste the Underground Sea. And I'm doing it on my turn, excuse me, because this means they have to activate Deathrite off the swamp. They would drain with Deathrite either way. And okay, Brainstorm. That resolves. I would daze a Liliana here. Not only does it get a creature in my graveyard, it also taps the Deathrite, so the Liliana would just die the next turn. I'm not even sure if that's correct, killing the Liliana, to be honest. Okay, interesting. No actions. Land? Mandrills, that's not great. Excuse me. Our opponent being on Shardless is interesting because it lets us show off the Lone Ring package, which is these. Okay. Deathrite just jump blocking here, which is fairly interesting. And they have given up trying to get cards out of our graveyard. I find it very interesting that they did this turn, not the next one. Although I guess they needed to fetch and then they're not dead to Lightning Bolt. So what's happening now? Okay, we win. Good. Excuse me. The later rounds are definitely harder for my throat. I'm inclined to bring Needle, but it's definitely a good card in the matchup because they have Deathrite Shaman, but it's also not a good card because they have Abrupt Decay, which they are not going to board out. I do like Pyroclasm, it actually kills all their creatures, except Tarmogoyf, and it doesn't kill any of ours because we don't play Delver. I think I like Spell Pierce. I do like the second Barbarian Ring. Those are the 3 cards I'm looking at. Revelry, not great. I would have bought a single copy of Grudge because of Shardless Agent and Baleful Strix. But I think these three are good. What are we boarding out? I don't think we are boarding out any of the burn spells. Excuse me. We might be boarding out Tabernacle, actually. I think we are actually, in fact, boarding out Tabernacle. They have basics, so we can't really wasteland them and then lock them on the Tabernacle or kill their creatures with it. Tabernacle is nice when they have infinite creatures, but also Pyroclasm is nice there. Double Barbering, definitely great. We might actually just not want the spell pierces. I think we're boarding out the counter spell. And given that we're on the draw days, this seems decent to me. We could also board out a creature, but I like keeping them. And the most important thing is to not let them have death rights, and then we can barb loam ring them. The sun is a keep. It's not amazing, but so here's death right. Yeah, death right actually not doing anything because we're just gonna play on him. Hooting Mandrels on turn 3. We could have wasted the Underground Sea here, but I don't think that's good. Force waste was an option. Okay, this is really bad. This is really bad. If this is really how it goes, then maybe force and waste. Okay, force wasteland actually not being good. Okay, fetch. We just need to draw removal for the Deathrite Shaman. Another one. How about Pyroclasm? That's a good card. Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing fetch lands and not crack them. Daze is not the greatest card when you're staring down 4 mana, potentially 5. But also our opponent doesn't really have anything in hand, so that's decent. In this instance, Tabernacle actually would have been good. Okay, attacking with both, interesting. Okay, this is a very interesting game. Maybe not interesting, but unusual rather. Not gonna play the Nimble Mongoose until I have taken care of the Deathrite Shamans, because if I play the Nimble Mongoose, it means I'm opening myself up to things. Not great. I don't want to crack the fetches. Our opponent, interestingly, attacking with the Deathrites rather than exiling the Thoughtseize. Tamworth. I disagree with playing this post-combat a lot. So we're gonna fetch Volcanic and daze this. I'm wondering if we should just double fetch and yeah, I actually like the double fetch and hardcast daze. Grabbing another Volcanic. I don't really want to set myself behind on land drops here. Okay, this is the first one. I'm wondering if it's even worth killing just one of the Deathrites. Given that our opponent is mana screwed, I think it is. So we blow up this, then we fetch for a Tropical. Punished for not fetching Tropical. This deck is not easy. Let's actually not play the Nimble Mongoose. Let's kill the Deathrite first. Managing your mana can be really hard. So ideally what's gonna happen is our opponent draws another Deathrite Shaman, plays it, and we draw Pyroclasm. The land is unfortunate there. Makes our line a lot worse. Okay, there's another Deathrite. Maybe I'm just playing too impatiently here. Okay, they fetch. That's not a good one. Because now our Nimble Mongoose is just doing nothing. Huh. Yeah, I guess we should have drawn that Pyroclasm there rather than the Spell Snare. Triple Deathrite is annoying when you don't draw a removal. Hopefully our opponent is casting a spell here to keep the Pyroclasm alive. Okay. They don't intend to. This is actually extremely annoying because it also shuts off Lone Ring. Okay, Ponder, let's fire that off. Let's find Hooting Mandrills. And we did. Gonna draw the Volcanic next turn because then we have Hardcast Force available. Hooting Mandrills is definitely a really good draw. And I'm thinking I just want to delve away my entire graveyard. Really just to shut off the Deathrite Shamans. Our next draws are going to be Volcanic and then Force. So we'll just only counter everything our opponent does that matters plan and try to not lose to the Deathrites. Nimble Mongoose is now a 1-1 that attacked for 1 damage total. And this I have talked about, I think in the deck tag, that sometimes you just have the Nimble Mongoose and you play it and you're careless, and then it's really just not the creature you want in the game. And definitely with the second Deathrite Shaman, Nimble Mongoose wasn't the creature I wanted in this game. So playing it wasn't the greatest decision. And now this is hard. Do I want to force pitch Force? What is this? Maelstrom Pulse. I can't allow this to happen. And it's hard to say if I want to force pitch Force or force pitch Snare. If they now have a Tarmogoyf in hand, that's going to be a 3-2, a 3-4. No instance, but it's going to be a 4-4 because I pitched the Force. I think I have to force pitch Snare here, because otherwise I don't have a Force next turn. I would have vastly preferred my opponent not really doing anything here. And now they're just going to exile the Force. Okay. The Deathrite Shamans are slightly annoying. There are 3 more cards for them to take to drain. If our opponent does something, it's going to be more, and if I play the Force, it's also going to be more. Meanwhile, Hooting Mandrills at least is a 3-turn clock. We have 2 Forces, and depending on what we draw next, it's going to be good. Good enough, that is. The Hooting Mandrills. Okay, eating this. The Milestone Pulse really came 1 turn early. Slightly annoying. Brainstorm. Okay. This is going to be a close one for sure. Actually, I think we're just dead. They can activate 2 Death Rights now. And the Hooting Mandals isn't going to be enough. They also have enough cards in their graveyard here. Maybe I should have seen this coming with the Ponder. Not really looking far enough in the future. Just losing to Death Rights is extremely frustrating. I hate when that happens, when it's really the only creature they have. The way this game played out, I actually could have forced the turn 1 Death Right, and then the Nimble Mongoose would have actually done damage. And now they just untap, exile the Maelstrom Pulse, and we're dead. Unfortunate, really. Yeah. It's not a matchup where you're supposed to lose games. Well, you definitely do lose games from time to time, but it's annoying to lose games because it's very easy for them to just randomly win. On the play, I think I want the extra days. I want 1 less force. Considering the counter spell on the play, actually. And I think that's a decent addition to the deck. Let's go with this. Tabernacle actually would have been very good here. I still don't think it's a good card to have in the matchup in general. But it would have done a lot of work. Yes, I would like to play first. And this is a risky hand, but it's one I'm going to keep. I'm going to lead with Tropical because then I can... Okay. We are actually just dead to this Leyline of the Void because we have 0 outs to it. All we can hope for is... Okay, this is just land that taps for mana. We can hope to assemble a all of our lands and then start hardcasting Hooting Mandrels. We can hope our opponent gets extremely mana screwed extremely hard. This is a risk with this deck. Leyline is extremely annoying. This hand would have been great without the Leyline. Yeah, this brainstorm can resolve. It was bound to happen at some point. Please, please, please don't have a land. Yeah, that Leyline is one of the reasons why maybe there should be 1 or 2 copies of... Okay, that's annoying. Some copies of... what's it called? True Name Nemesis in the deck. Okay, we can also just go for the Nimble Mongoose beatdown for 1. Actually, I think I'm going to play this. It's not like there's going to be any conflicts with potential Hooting Mandrels because we can't delve away our graveyard anyway. Okay, Wastelands. Are we supposed to stifle this? I think it's more important to be able to stifle our opponent's lands. I really don't usually think it's a good idea to wasteland the Canadian player or the Delver player in general. This is not going to be an easy game, but it's also not an impossible game. It is a very unlikely game for sure, but the way it's going, it's okay. Okay, this is no longer great. I'm inclined to think we need to brainstorm here, but let's actually do it main phase. Spell Snare. Okay. Okay, there's Hooting Mandrels. Cards that are gonna give us trouble. Shardless Agent. Deathrite Shaman. Many other cards. Most other cards actually. We have 4 mana. We would have had 5 lands had we not had we stifled the wasteland. I think we have to shuffle away one of the snares. And I'm wondering if we should be trying to go for the Hooting Mandrills. We do just need 2 more lands. It's really hard to say. Let's shuffle away the graveyard cards. It's terrible as it seems to not have Hooting Mandrills. Being limited to 1/1 Mongoose beatdown is definitely not great. Having to counter a Shardless agent, extremely annoying. At least our opponent appears to be mana screwed. So, do we want to fetch? I think we have to. I think we need to draw into action. Gonna fetch another Volcanic in order to be able to cast. Wow, Pyroclasm, also a dead card now. Our deck is just full garbage. Let's blow up the Bayou. Yeah, that leyline is extremely annoying. And you definitely can't just afford to bring outs to leyline and random matchups. Okay, this Rainstorm. I'm wondering if I'm supposed to counter this. Try to make our opponent miss land drops. We have so much, but we also have such a long way to go. Yeah, I don't think we can afford to counter this. We need to focus these on actual cards. This is... No! Ugh! I hate myself. Oh, this is killing us. This is... Actually, this, I think, is game over. This is not something that was supposed to happen. This was so bad. This was so bad. Our opponent's still not doing things. We have only 2 wastelands left. There's Barbarian Ring, which doesn't do anything. At this point, we actually could have cast Hooting Mandrills. We have 2 wastelands in exile. We shuffled away 2 lands. Not stifling that fetch was so bad. This is Shardless Agent, I presume. Let's hope they cascade into nothing. Deathrite Shaman. Which of these is more annoying? We definitely have to counter one of them. And I think it's going to be the Deathrite Shaman. This is an uphill battle for sure. This is so bad. That was definitely very anticlimactic. No, we can't attack. Let's ponder. Ponder into Lightning Bolt to kill a Shardless agent. There's another Daze. Another Nimble Mongoose. I think I like drawing the Daze. I like not drawing the Nimble Mongoose and casting Ponder again next turn. We might actually just end up hardcasting a Hooting Mandrills in this game. or we might just lose. This Leyline is doing work. I hate Leyline of the Void. It's like my least favorite card in all of Magic. Well, not my least favorite, but it's definitely one of my less favorite cards. It's definitely not a card I think should exist. I really dislike these high variance cards. I also dislike playing with them. The way this is going, I think I like not casting the Ponder. Our opponent seems to be in a position where they feel like attacking is better than keeping the Shardless agent back. I'm really hoping the hard cast Hooting Mandrills is something that's happening here. There's lots of things I'm really afraid of at this point. Basically all of the cards in our opponent's deck. I mean, they still might have like a bunch of Abrupt Decays and Fatal Push, but they also might have, I don't know, more Shardless agents, which is the most scary card of all suddenly in this position. And let's see what's happening. 5 lands, maybe Jace, maybe Liliana. Apparently Jace. I'm gonna Spell Pierce that. Losing the Spell Pierce is certainly annoying. I just wish our opponent had cast more along the lines of Tarmogoyfs and Baleful Strix rather than Shardless. Okay, now they stop attacking. This game would have been so easy without the Leyline. So do we want to be able to go into hardcast Hooting Mandrills mode? Spell Pierce is also a decent draw. Or do we want to find removal? I'm leaning removal. Let's shuffle. Yes, I would like to shuffle my library. Okay, we could also just draw a dead card. Are we gonna play? No, we're not gonna play the second Emerald Mongoose. This game would have been really easy without the Leyline, for sure. Extremely annoying. Also, not finding burn is. This game is quite bizarre. Hymn to Turok. Let's just Spell Snare. I mean, they might just hit the loam and like the days, which likely isn't gonna really do anything here, but what an odd game. Ponder, that's a good one. Pondering of Volcanic, because if we draw removal, we want to. So I think we're gonna ponder next turn. How many lands do we have left? Okay, just one Tropical gone. I want to shuffle and ponder next turn. This is risky. If our opponent has like Toxic Deluge, we're in for trouble. But we're also approaching hardcast Hooting Mandrills territory. So what's happening now? Oh no! Obviously we're gonna Spell Pierce this, Spell Snare, sorry. But not something I would have expected. And now there are still numerous things that could kill us. We no longer can counter Tarmogoyfs, so this is like Maelstrom Pulse incoming, I would guess. Or Tarmogoyf. Our only out to Tarmogoyf is double Lightning Bolt. We're struggling to find one Lightning Bolt. Tarmogoyf also 5/6, that's extremely strong. Oh, that ley line. So actually, if we can hardcast Shooting Mandrills next turn, and if our opponent goes full aggro now, then we play the Hooting Mandrills and then they can't attack next turn. Because they couldn't block the Hooting Mandrills. So here we take 7, then we go down to 5. We need to jump block the Tarmogoyf next turn, okay. Okay, just attacking with this one. That ley line is such an anticlimactic end to this video series. I wonder if there was a way to win the second one. Maybe. Just cast Shooting Mandrills here. And now hopefully the board is stalled, but more likely this Shooting Mandrills is gonna die to Maelstrom Pulse. But we still have 6 removal spells in our deck. Thoughtseize. Okay. Now our opponent is in triple bolt range. That's interesting. So what's happening now? Maelstrom Pulse. As predicted, attacking with the Tarmogoyf. Attacking with both. I'm not going to be blocking here. I can still block next turn. Now we're dead to another Maelstrom Pulse, but if they don't have that, we're in a decent position. Like, really just decent, not great. That ley line though. I mean, actually this game is kind of cool. Wow. Our opponent really just... Did they draw another Tarmogoyf? I mean, that has to be the case. Otherwise it's just dead to Lightning Bolt from the top. That is not Lightning Bolt from the top. Well, I guess we lose to that Creeping Tar Pit. That was extremely aggressive, though. I would not have made that attack. We're at 2 anyway. Yeah. Actually a cool game. An interestingly close one given how good the ley line actually was. 0 removal spells or burn spells. Definitely annoying. I mean, I guess you can't have everything. Well, our opponent would have been in a lot of trouble without this Creeping Tar Pit with the attack, and also losing to Wasteland or Lightning Bolt. Yeah, well, we're dead. Another 3-2 finish after starting off strong. Slightly annoying, especially losing a good matchup. Done with the league. Thank you very much for tuning in. See you tomorrow with a new deck. Gonna be Grixis Delver, no, Grixis Control, 4-color Delver, or the Epic Storm, I think. The vote at this point likely gonna be over because I like to record a few days in advance. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this deck, and see you around. Take care.